Hi, I'm Renata and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to share a story with you guys of how crazy things got with the coronavirus and so quickly. And actually I was in Europe, and as things escalated, I just tried to figure out a way to come home. Right, so on Wednesday, March 11th, that's when my flight was to Switzerland, and I was going to meet up with my cousin, and we were going together to Thailand for 2 weeks. As things started to escalate, we decided to cancel our Thailand trip, but the airlines are not refunding anyone who simply cancels because they're scared of traveling. So unfortunately, we lost the money that we had already spent on those tickets. It's really hard to change your booking because there are a lot of people that are calling in, and airlines can only take so many calls. So you call and the wait is at least 2 hours. So it's really crazy, and we just ended up losing those tickets, which was fine because we weren't putting our lives in danger. So I got there on Thursday, and I found out that possibly I wasn't going to be able to come home because of, the actions and the travel ban that the US was putting on people coming from Europe. So I just tried to keep my cool. If I can't go home, I can't go home, and it is what it is. But luckily we found out that American citizens were going to be able to come home. So that was a relief. But things started escalating really quickly. So Thursday and Friday, I hung out with my friend, and we were just following the news. And we found out that they were going to start closing the schools, as well as, any place that was closed would only have the capacity of 50 people maximum. So we saw a lot of restaurants, closing their doors after they met a certain capacity, and they were sitting people, farther from each other just to be spread out and, allow for people to be there and be in that environment safely. So the weekend was, normal but weird because you saw that everybody was just trying to do their part, and you saw that everybody was reaching out to people that needed help. So it was really interesting. It had a strange vibe. I love Switzerland so much, and it was really it was really sad but interesting to see everybody and people coming together as a community, protecting their elderly and even parents or people at risk. So that was really interesting. The supermarkets were asking people to go there and do the food shopping for people that couldn't leave their home, etc. So that was really interesting. And on Monday we kept watching the news, and I decided that the best thing to do was to come home. So I called my mom, and I couldn't actually buy my ticket from Europe. Someone in the US had to buy it for me every time I went to do the purchase of a new ticket to come home. It would keep looping back and saying that it wasn't able to do that. So my mom had to contact the airline and was able to get a ticket. On Tuesday morning, I came home, and luckily I did have a few hours to do some shopping, get some Swiss chocolate, and I came home. So I wanted to really thank everybody because it's so crazy. I didn't think I was going to be able to come home at a certain time because, how people in Switzerland were reacting to the exposures, how everything was closing very quickly, and, I could have been infected. I don't know. So coming home was, a relief, but yet until I got to my house and I was safely here, it didn't it didn't make sense, you know. It was really a blur. So I really wanted to thank anyone, if you work in the airline industry, if you are a police, a firefighter, anyone out there that's risking their lives. We know that nurses and doctors and people in the healthcare are the ones risking their life, you know, they're the front line, but there are so many other people making this happen for people that are outside or trying to just get home. So when I left the plane, the CDC was actually there to, you know, as we were leaving the plane, we had to get our temperatures checked, we had to do a health screening, and, you know, seeing all of these people there just to make sure that we were okay and that we would make it home safely was really emotional for me, because there wasn't any race, color, religion, nothing, you know. It was people helping people, and to me, that's really what everything is about. So that was kind of emotional. When I passed through customs, that she gave me my passport and said, "Welcome home," I literally started crying, because, you know, it's so crazy how this quickly became such a big thing. So I was just really happy to be home. So that was a relief. Some of the things that they did, like I said, in the plane, the CDC was there waiting for us, and they did the health screens. They asked, you know, what countries we had been to, etc. And even in the plane, the crew from United was super helpful. They weren't scared of touching or helping anyone. They weren't resentful. They were just there to do their job, and they had a lot of sanitizers and things to stay healthy as well, being in contact with everyone. Only families were allowed to sit near each other. They actually condensed everybody into the middle row, and, you know, I was by myself in this row. Two people were in front of me, but one on this side and one in the other side. So we were a few seats. Everybody had at least a seat from each other. The plane wasn't very crowded, which was nice, but they did ask us to respect the policies of the airline, because, you know, there are certain seat assignments, there's certain things that they have to be compliant with as well. So everybody was cooperative and, you know, stayed in their seats and did their best to get home safely. So I'm just very thankful for all of those people, because we don't know who can get this this virus. We don't really know a whole lot about it. We see people that are dying and the statistics and the numbers, but, you know, we don't know what else can happen. So it's really a scary thing. And just to close this video, because, you know, I like a lot of documentaries and learning and stuff, and a lot of the videos and things that I've seen, they point to, you know, things like this starting from the wet markets in China, etc. But if nobody is consuming certain products, there isn't a market for those products. So it's like drugs or whatever, you know, if there's no clientele, if there's no one consuming, then that's not profitable for anyone. So I just ask you at this time, while you're home, while you're rethinking your life and your work and the actions that you take on your day-to-day, to be mindful of what are the things that you're consuming that are actually good for the world, that are helping the world, what are the brands that are proactive in helping our environment, etc. And then what are the things that you consume and that you buy and that you put your money on that are not. Definitely something I try to do, you know, just be mindful of everything, but, you know, nobody's perfect, but we can definitely be more conscientious about the actions that we take. I love this quote from Robert Kiyosaki. He says, "Don't change the world, change yourself." And I really live by that motto, and I think that's why I'm here, and that's why I make these videos, because I really want to share with you the things that have helped me change who I am and just become a better person. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up. And this was a heartfelt video. But seriously, it was a crazy experience, and I just wanted to share that. And we're all together in this, so you know, don't point fingers. Just do your part, and we're gonna get through it. Okay.